Hey everyone, this is Matt Bulkley, psychotherapist and host of the Parent Guide, helping your teen to overcome pornography addiction. If you're a parent and you're watching your teen battle pornography, you've probably tried the just try harder approach only to see it backfire and leaving everyone frustrated. Today's video is for you. We're going beyond willpower to uncover why it fails and dive into proven evidence-based solutions that actually work. This isn't about blame, it's about real hope and healing. So stick around and you'll walk away with practical steps to support your teen effectively. Welcome back to the channel where we provide science-backed guidance for parents helping their teens to overcome pornography addiction. So if you're new, subscribe and hit the bell for weekly tips. Today, we're transforming how we approach teen struggles with pornography from relying on sheer willpower to effective research-supported strategies. Many parents face this heart-wrenching challenge, discovering that their teen's pornography use and then defaulting to advice like, well, just stop or try harder. But as we've seen in countless families, this often leads to frustration, hopelessness, and cycles of relapse. Why? Because willpower alone isn't a viable long-term strategy. 2025 study from Psychology Today highlights that adolescents have unprecedented access to porn, and simply willing it away ignores the deeper neurological and emotional roots. So let's break down why willpower falls short and explore better paths forward. Let's start with the science behind why willpower isn't enough. So willpower is essentially our ability to resist short-term temptations for long-term goals, like saying no to that late night snack. But when it comes to pornography, it's a losing battle for several key reasons. First, pornography hijacks the brain's reward system, triggers massive dopamine releases, same feel-good chemical involved in addictions like drugs or gambling. And for teens whose brains are still developing until age 25, this is even more potent. 2024 Nature study showed hyperactivity in reward centers similar to substance use, making urges feel overwhelming. Second, willpower is a finite resource. Research from the American Psychological Association, updated just this year, confirms it depletes under stress, fatigue, or emotional strain. Teens juggling school pressures, social media drama, or family conflicts often have little left in their tank. And if they're already exhausted from a tough day, resisting that pull becomes nearly impossible. Third, porn often acts like a coping mechanism. Teens might turn to it for relief from anxiety or loneliness or boredom or even trauma. And just telling them to try harder ignores these underlying needs, like putting a Band-Aid on a deep wound. Finally, shame and secrecy amplify the issue. When teens feel judged, they hide their struggles, leading to isolation and harder recovery. So, expecting them to swim upstream without support, it's no wonder that attempts fail, creating guilt spirals. From my practice, I've seen this play out. Teen promises to stop, but without addressing the roots, relapse hits, eroding trust. But understanding this shifts us from frustration to compassion. Pornography isn't just a bad habit for teens, it's a multifaceted issue involving brain changes, emotions, behaviors, and society. And recognizing this complexity is key to moving beyond willpower. So, neurologically, repeated exposure rewires reward pathways, increasing cravings. 2023 meta analysis in Frontiers in Psychology found that chronic use can alter dopamine sensitivity, making normal pleasures feel dull. Emotionally, factors like stress, unmet needs, or past trauma drive it. 2025 Public Square magazine article noted how digital natives face overwhelming online access, turning to porn as an escape. Behaviorally, habits form through repetition, reinforced by easy access. Socially, peer pressure, cultural normalization, and algorithms push content endlessly. By seeing it as complex, parents can offer targeted support instead of one size fits all willpower. This approach, backed by 2026 guidelines from the SUK journal, emphasizes treating it like a process addiction with evidence-based interventions. So parents, now the good news. Research and clinical experience point to strategies that are far more effective than just willpower. So let's dive into 5 key ones updated with studies from just the last year. So first, build awareness and understanding. Foster open, non-judgmental talks. Help your teen grasp how porn impacts their brain and their emotions and why urges arise, and that struggling is common. It's not a moral failing. Remember, factual conversations reduce shame and empower control. In fact, in my sessions, this alone cuts isolation. Second, develop healthy coping skills. Replace porn with alternatives for stress management. Encourage physical activity. A 2025 study in neuroscience and biobehavioral reviews shows daily exercise like walking or sports stabilizes dopamine and reduces cravings by up to 10%. Then add creative outlets like art or music, mindfulness apps, or talking to trusted adults. DBT skills help regulate emotions effectively. Third, create structured routines and boundaries. Limit unstructured time with schedules like homework blocks, family meals, activities. Research and clinical practice recommends this to minimize temptation opportunities. Fourth, use technology wisely. Combine parental controls and filters with education. Tools like Covenant Eyes provide accountability without an over-reliance, but pair it with trust building, as tech alone isn't sufficient. Fifth, seek professional support. If it's compulsive or tied to mental health issues, therapists specializing in adolescent addiction are crucial. And for severe cases, like sexual acting out, depression, suicidality, or if your teen is no longer responsive to you as a parent, having influence in their life, intensive programs like our Star Guides Wilderness program offer a structured intervention. Also, the recovery toolbox for teens, the workbooks that you can use at home or with outpatient support, can provide a great structured guide. And this package includes the Breaking Free Workbook, Parent Guide, and the 101 Tips for Quitting Porn. You can get these in the bookstore at therapyassociates.net, and it's the blue versions. Your role as a parent is pivotal. So listen without judgment, express unconditional love, celebrate small wins, and avoid shaming. Remember, recovery is a journey. Patience creates safety. So let's see this in action with a practical example. I want you to meet Alex, 15-year-old struggling late at night. Instead of the just stop, his parents opened a conversation about school stress as a trigger, helped build a bedtime routine that involved reading and calming music, set a 9 p.m. device limit with controls, encouraged him to get involved on a sports team to fill free time and to boost natural dopamine. They praised his daily progress, reducing shame. And within several weeks, Alex reported fewer urges. Parents, you've got the tools to move beyond willpower into real solutions. So share this video with someone who needs it. In the description, you'll find the recovery toolbox for teens. You can get it in the bookstore at therapyassociates.net. Find links to Covenant Eyes and the Star Guides Wilderness program. Leave your comments below. Tell me, what's one strategy that you'll try this week? And subscribe for more. Remember, with compassion and evidence-based steps, healing is possible.